The amazing Air Venture Aviation event in Oshkosh, US is back. After a year's break due to the COVID-19 pandemic, pilots and aviation enthusiasts visit Oshkosh once again to see the absolutely huge spectacle. Just look at this. What is also important, the number of guest aircrafts on the field was more than double what it has been since 2019 at the same point of time. Might as well round it off to 8,000. Wow. Anyway, that's the good news for the beginning of our one and only Air Sports promotion show. I'm your host, REGAN TETLOW. Let's go. Okay, so first of all, news of a superb wingsuit formation flight. Jumpers from Russia made it just a few days ago and Alexander Simonov recorded all the action. Take a look. It wasn't the biggest wingsuit formation in the world, but for sure the biggest one in this part of the world. In total, 62 wingsuit pilots created an arrow formation and it looks just brilliant. So far, the biggest wingsuit formation was made by 68 wingsuiters over the drop zone in California in November 2019. Anyway, this one also looks absolutely gorgeous. Staying in Russia, we are days away from the start of the Mondial, the World Parachuting Championships at Tanay in Siberia. Let's check in with Canopy pilots Kurt and Jeannie Bartholomew, plus Marcus and Franco Darman to see how the preparations are going.
So tell me what it's like. What was your first impressions when you got there?
It's beautiful. Yeah, we're way out in the countryside. Everything's nice and green. The view's awesome. They got a bunch of tents set up, like a really big mondial. The pond looks like a swimming pool. It's amazing.
It looks gorgeous. It looks beautiful. Where's your accommodation?
On the drop zone right now, we're staying at a hotel because all of us arrived early so that we could get 7 or 8 days of training in before the competition started. And then they're going to be moving us a few minutes away to a big ski resort, which is absolutely incredible.
That sounds absolutely great. And the boys, Darmans, you're just back from the Pink Open?
Yes. Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, well done. Congratulations, man. Some really good results for you there.
Thank you, Regan.
So how's the atmosphere there with everybody else? How's it feel?
Good. A little less people than most of the meets there, but considering travel restrictions, was 52 competitors. Everybody training for here and charging really hard. So it was a really fun competition.
Have you all been training here in Tanay already?
Yes. Yeah, two days for us and continuing a little more, no?
We're about 5 days in, 4 or 5 days. We've done about 40 jumps.
Within 3 days from now, the 11th Paragliding World Cup Super Final will take place in Decentis, a municipality of the Silsevier region of the Swiss canton of Graubünden. The starting place lies on the highest step of the Rhine Valley, where the roads of the Alp Pass, coming from the central and western Switzerland, and of the Lukmania Pass, coming from the Tichincho region, that's where they all meet. In this beautiful region, more than 75 pilots from all over Europe will compete in the final battle of the year, including legendary pilots such as Pierre Remy, Merrill Delfenier, and Stefan Weiss. Another air sports contest is now taking place in Leszno, Poland. The FEI World Glider Aerobatic Championships 2021 are held in advanced and unlimited category. Leszno Airfield is one of the most convenient places for gliding in the world. Leszno is the only town which has hosted the World Gliding Championships 4 times in 58, 68, 2003 and 2014. Open space on 3 sides of the 120-hectare grass airfield and the nearby sprawling fields make flying here as safe as it can be and comfortable. 21 pilots in the unlimited category are on the starting grid fighting for the win. While closing recording of this episode, Luca Bertosio from Italy was on the lead and Poland were the leaders in the team competition. We're keeping our fingers crossed for all of you. And today, staying with that event, we have a quick catch-up straight from the Glider Aerobatic Championships. Let's check in with Eric Lentz Gauthier from the United States.
So it was the opening ceremony yesterday, and it's mid-afternoon now for you. Bit of a hold this morning, was it?
Yeah, we're a little bit sensitive to the weather, so if the winds are too strong or if we have clouds in the box, we have to wait. But we've got airplane taking off here. That's the Russian team launching now. Yeah, but the winds have died down just enough. Still pretty strong, so they got challenging conditions, but calmed down enough that we got the flight started. So.
All right, nice one. And what's your category, Eric? What are you competing in?
I'm flying unlimited,
Yeah.
and if we're lucky with the weather, we'll get started tomorrow. But who knows? We have to wait and see.
How long have you been in town? How's the jet lag?
So I showed up a couple of weeks ago.
Right.
All of the training I've done this year has been here, so I showed up a couple weeks early to get familiar with the glider again. It's been a couple of years since I've flown a Swift. I'm flying Guy Westgate's Swift S1. He's from the Glider FX Airshow team, so really fortunate to be flying his machine. It's a beautifully, freshly restored Swift. It was actually sat in Texas for many years. It was thought to be lost to neglect, but he rescued it, had it restored, and it is very airworthy, very nice machine. So I'm very fortunate to be flying his airplane here, and had a couple good weeks training here.
Just Soaring have been chosen to be the lead sponsor of the upcoming and first ever FEI Virtual Sailplane Grand Prix. This will be the first ever esports competition that is officially approved by the FAI. The International Gliding Commission and the Condor Soaring team will co-organise this first virtual event, which will be held from the 5th to the 11th of September 21, concurrent with the 10th FAI Sailplane Grand Prix World Final being held in Saint-Aubin, France. How cool is that? Just Soaring will be donating a best-in-class Condor Soaring Glider Cockpit Simulator to the lucky winner of this great contest. We'll surely give you a lot more of these details about the contest as soon as we possibly can. Now it's time for my headline special guest of the week. This pilot just received a Guinness World Record as the youngest pilot to fly around the world in a single engine piston aircraft. He landed in the Netherlands at Turg Airfield, having spent 44 days completing the 24,900 mile journey. At 18 years and 150 days old, he was 13 days younger than the previous record breaker. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Travis Ludlow.
Is it sinking in? Has it calmed down in your mind yet?
It's I'm still thinking about it all the time, and I'm still kind of in the mindset where I'm going to wake up early in the morning and be planning a flight the next day and thinking, what's the weather going to be like tomorrow? What's my route tomorrow? What have I got to worry about with the aircraft? So I still find myself in that mindset of, going and, the hard working mindset, but it's definitely a surreal feeling, like all of that being over. And I keep thinking about, how great it was to complete the flight, and absolutely amazing feeling to do it and experience it. And it was great.
It's incredible to follow. I was watching it every day when I could, or your social media content, which was excellent, by the way. It's easy to think in the day and age we are now, with internet, with Zoom, with social media, that the world is such an easy place to get around. We can get around so quickly. But to do it solo in an aircraft, I mean, it's no mean feat. It wasn't an easy thing. It had its challenges, didn't it?
Yeah, that's right. So it was, getting around with in an aircraft is definitely a lot different than getting around in a car. You can't just turn the sat nav on. So it's definitely a lot more challenging. That being said, I do have sort of a sat nav device, and had a few issues with that on the flight, which did make it more challenging. But yeah, it was definitely very, very difficult flying around the world. We got in Russia, they all work in meters instead of feet, and they use older navigation aids and stuff like that. So it's a lot more difficult and challenging flying over there. Flying over the ocean as well, you've got no points. You've just got to tell where you are in coordinates. So you have to plot down the coordinates with the time and relay that back to air traffic control. So that's definitely very difficult. But definitely been helped a lot with recent developments with technology and automation. So that was great having the GPS on board and a really nice autopilot.
And the full-length interview with Travis can be found on our Air Sports Promotion YouTube channel. NASA's incredible helicopter Ingenuity completed its 10th flight on Mars and took 4K UHD aerial photographs from 12 meters high. The chopper got its first scientific results on Mars, capturing signs of ancient creek sleeves at raised ridges area. Flight 10 was the most complex flight to date, with 10 distinct waypoints and a nominal altitude of 40 feet above the surface of the planet. Those tracks on the ground are not from Perseverance. The rover did not actually drive there where we can see, but Ingenuity spotted the unique landscape formation on Mars from the air. Mike Kujinska and Tom Evans are two of the top indoor skydivers in the world and the previous Sports News guests. Maya, who's trained in indoor tunnels most of her life, now gets to try out flying in an open air tunnel for the very first time. The Aerodium Centre prepared a pretty nice welcome for her. Let's have a look at what happened. 3 years ago, a company called Opener showed up at AirVenture with one of the weirdest flying machines ever, an eVTOL called the Blackfly. This year at Oshkosh, they demonstrated it twice and the machine is now in full production. Blackfly is an American electric-powered VTOL personal air vehicle designed by Canadian Marcus Leng and in production by his company Opener Incorporated of Palo Alto, California. Cruise speed of this strange project is 62 miles per hour. Takeoff run is shorter than 3 feet and the range is estimated at about 40 miles. It looks like something from sci-fi. Loads of news about Oshkosh this week, and because all the important stuff is happening there, also the European aircraft manufacturers move there to present their new era ideas, just like Diamond Aircraft. Launching in North America, Oshkosh 21, the Diamond DA50RG takes modern general aviation to another level with the twin turbocharged jet fuel 300 horsepower Continental engine and modern avionics of the Garmin G1000 NXI. The price of this aircraft will be approximately $1,100,000 US. Yeah, I'll have to wait a bit for that. All right, now let's move on to our Gordon Bennett updates section. There's only 14 days left till the biggest and most legendary gas balloon competition ever created. This year's event's going to be fantastic. And if you don't know yet, it starts from Turin in Poland. We already know most of the teams, but we still have a few left to interview. Just one guest this week, and it's Gerald Stuxlinger from Team Austria. Let's find out how the preparations are going for Gerard and his team.
How's the preparations going for you? It's getting close.
Yeah. We are quite relaxed and lazy with the preparations, but we'll manage, I think.
Good. Yeah, it's an unusual Gordon Bennett this year, change of location. What do you know about Turin? You know much about it?
No, I didn't read much about it. The change of location, yes, the organizers had to move, so we just go with them.
Yes.
Different is that the long pause is a little different, or makes it different for me.
Yeah, very cool and relaxed about it, Gerald, at the moment. How many is this for you now? How many Gordon Bennetts for you?
Yeah, in the application I had to count again, so maybe 22, 23, thereabouts. Yeah,
that's incredible. And has it been every year, or have you missed some, or has it been all together?
I missed the one that started from Brussels, but it didn't start, so I didn't miss the flight. I missed the event, but I didn't miss the flight.
Right.
Tongue in cheek. So, and one was in Paris, but that was also cancelled. But we were there, prepared, nearly inflated the balloons, but that was cancelled due to weather. I can't recall the dates right now.
For me, I've never, obviously, I've not been around in gas ballooning that long, so I've not seen a cancelled event yet. I've not really given much thought to the possibility.
Yeah, better not.
Yeah.
Let's pray.
As always, don't forget that the full-length interview with the Gordon Bennett athletes are also available on the official gordonbennett.aero website. The interview with Gerard will be there a few days from now, so don't miss it. On the 31st of July 1944, famed French aviator and author Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, flying for the Free French Air Force, departed Bogo Airfield on the island of Corsica. He was on a reconnaissance mission and his aircraft was a Lockheed Lightning, an unarmed photo reconnaissance variant of the P-38. Saint-Exupéry was never seen again. On the 31st of July 1971, the lunar roving vehicle was deployed from Apollo 15's lunar module Falcon. This was the first time that an LRV had been used on the surface of the moon. The LRV was a four-wheeled, electrically powered surface transportation vehicle designed to carry two astronauts and their equipment to explore areas further away from the landing site than they would be able to get to by just walking. On the 1st of August 1943, Operation Tidal Wave took place. 178 B-24 Liberator very long-range heavy bombers with 1,700 crewmen made an extreme low-level attack on the Axis oil refineries at Ploiești in Romania. The mission was a disaster. 53 B-24s were lost, 310 crewmen were killed in action, 108 were captured and 78 interned in neutral countries. On the 2nd of August 1909, the United States Army Signals Corps purchased a Wright Flyer for $30,000. It became the first aircraft in the United States military inventory and was designated Signal Corps Airplane No. 1. The airplane was used to train Signal Corps pilots at Fort San Antonio in Texas. It was crashed and rebuilt several times, and after just 2 years of service, the airplane was retired. The Army donated the airplane No. 1 to the Smithsonian Institution. Okay guys, that's it for today. We really hope you've enjoyed the show and we'll see you back again here next week. Don't forget to write to us if you have any questions or news of your own. And for the final, I'm leaving you with some amazing FPV drone shots from Joshua Turner, who recorded a 300-foot deep canyon somewhere in the southern part of Iceland. So, as always, stay safe and keep your eyes on the skies.